Hi students, welcome to the Directing and Controlling, that is module number 2 under 18 CS 51 Management and Entrepreneurship for IT Industry. So this video topic is democratic leadership. So in the previous video we have learned that what is autocratic leadership and what type of merits and demerits will be there for autocratic leadership style, and how the autocratic leadership style get work from the lower level management or the subordinates. Everything we learned in the previous video, and this video we are going to learn that what is the importance with the democratic leadership and how it will be, what are the merits and demerits. So democratic leadership, it is also known as participative leadership, because why we are calling as participative is the democratic leadership mentality manager always encourage the people to participate in any decision making. So only they are calling this as participative leadership style or democratic leadership style. So in this style, the entire group, that is the people who are working in the group, is involved in goal setting and achieving it. So democratic leader type of the person, if a manager is there, so he is following democratic leadership style, then he invite all the group members to create the to find out the goal setting. So what are the goals, how to set the goals, everything. So he will give opportunity to entire the group, all together they will take the decision for the goal setting and they try to achieve that particular goals. So only they are calling this as the democratic leadership or the participative leadership. So a democratic leader follows the majority opinions as the expressed by the group. So whatever the group, when he is conducting a meeting and majority people are expressing about one particular decision, then the democratic leader will say that yes, that particular majority people what they are giving the information, that he will follow that particular thing. So he will give more importance to the subordinates. So subordinates have considerable freedom of action. So whatever the freedom he is giving by the manager, so that particular freedom these people has to accept, and these people has to work according to the leader or the manager. So the leader shows greater concern for his people's interest, is friendly and helpful to them. So always the leader shows greater concern towards the subordinates. Always the leader will show very importance to the leader will give the importance to the subordinates, and always he will maintain a friendly relationship with the subordinates through helping to the subordinates. Then only the subordinates will come forward and they will give their suggestions, valid suggestions, information to the leader. So he is always ready to define their subordinates individually and collectively. So this type of mentality people, that is democratic leadership mentality people, always ready to defend their subordinates. If somebody is saying, if the top level management is saying something towards this group people, then this manager will not keep quiet, and always he defend their subordinates individually and collectively, and he try to give proper information to them, that why they did not do proper or what is the problem, everything he will convey to the top level management. And the merits and demerits in the democratic leadership, that is the merits are leadership encourages people to develop and grow, because always the manager will give the freedom to the subordinates. So because of this freedom giving by the manager, these subordinates will work very effectively, and these people work together and they will complete the task within the time. So leadership always, this type of leadership always encourages people to develop and grow. So they always grow individually, and they will make even grow the institution or the organization also, and receives information and ideas from his subordinates to make decisions. So autocratic persons cannot accept the suggestions by the subordinates, but when it comes to democratic, here advantage is these people will accept any decisions making by the subordinates. So these democratic leaderships accepts that particular ideas of the subordinates, and they will even give more importance to the subordinates to take or to give any suggestions to these people. So the democratic leadership person always accept the suggestions from the subordinates, and it boosts the morale of the employees because they are not working like machines, so they are human beings. So when the manager is giving more importance to the subordinates also will feel very happy that they are giving more importance to us, and because of that particular thing their moral will be there, and because of this moral they work effectively and efficiently. And as merits are there for this democratic leadership, even demerits also there. So some of the leaders may use this particular style as a way of avoiding responsibility. It means that they will not accept that particular responsibility, they simply delegate the responsibility to the subordinates and they become free. So this is not correct in the democratic leadership style. And even one more demerit is, for this particular democratic style can take enormous amount of time for making decisions, because it is not individual decision making, so it is collective decision making. So all the employees or all the group members has to collectively give suggestions and they should come for conclusion of that particular decision making process. So it will take time process. Whereas in autocratic leadership style, as only one person, the leader, is taking decision, it will not take much time. But when it comes to democratic, it will take more time because of entire group has to conduct the meetings, and in meetings only they have to come for the conclusion of the making decisions. The third style is free rein leadership style. So this free rein leadership style is the leaders exercise absolutely no control. It means that the leaders are not having any control over the subordinates. They will not be having any control, because here in this case, in the free rein leadership case, the subordinates are having more knowledge about the work than the manager. So the manager only provides information, materials and facilities to his subordinates. So they will give only the information and whatever the required materials to them and facilities to the subordinates, but they cannot they cannot give any responsibility to them, or they cannot ask them to do, or they cannot guide them how to do everything. No, because they will not listen, because they are more intelligent than these managers. So leadership is employee centered. In this free rein leadership case, the leadership is employee centered case. So the subordinates are free to establish their own goals and chart out the course of action. So the subordinates, whomever they are working in the group, they are having very free to establish their own goals, whatever the own goals are there. So those goals they will give first preference, and they will chart out the course of action whatever they are giving by the higher level management or top level management. So leadership can be disaster if the leader does not know well the competence and integrity of the people and their ability to handle this kind of freedom. So it is very difficult, this free rein leadership, because there will be no proper direction and there will be no proper information from the top level to the next level. So this leadership, because of this free rein leadership, the subordinates will take advantage and they will work whatever they want to do. And these are the leadership styles, that is autocratic, democratic and free rein. You can see this here. So autocratic people, their authority will be more and freedom will be very less. You can consider authority will be more and freedom will be less. Democratic people, they'll be having both, that is authority as well as the freedom also same. When it comes to free rein, that is employee centered method, very less authority will be there and the complete freedom will be there for the lower level, the subordinates in this leadership style. That is the free rein leadership style. Okay, thank you.